Well, it's Memorial Day, and I'll be keeping alone today because all of my employees have the day off, paid holiday. It's good for them. They deserve it. They earned it. But I'm in our cell building yard to create 6 cell builders today because I want to stay on schedule with the cells and the grafting and all of that. Stick to our normal calendar dates. Jesse will be here grafting tomorrow, so I'll set up cell starter builders today. Last Friday morning, Jesse isolated a queen. We call this a timing box. You could call it an isolation box. We have some grooves in that box that hold pieces of queen excluder, and we can isolate a queen on a single frame and allow her to lay on that and use that frame for grafting 4 days later, and that's going to occur tomorrow. This is an interesting colony right here. This colony was in a yard of around 20 colonies, and that yard was not treated at all for the last year and a half. All the colonies are gone except this one. This is the only one that survived that little ordeal. And it's interesting because it is currently showing a 0 in an alcohol wash. The brood's great. It's a nice colony. It's gentle. It's everything you'd want. So we're going to graft from this colony today. I don't normally not treat colonies and let them die to find good stock, but in this case, that's exactly what happened. I've done that a bit in the past and was successful. Just letting, I call it the James Bond method, live or let die. And it works. You don't have to do that. You can let colonies go untreated for a while and then do mite washes, alcohol washes, and figure out which ones need to be treated. That one right there is straight up Caucasian by Caucasian breeder queen. This one is a Caucasian queen daughter that was open mated. And of course, not being an artificially inseminated queen, it's a bit of a crapshoot what you'll get. But if you're persistent and you use that technique over and over and over, eventually you can get some pretty good stock. Anyway, we've got 3 cell builders cooking right now. I can see by the excluders in there, cell finishers I should call them. Our technique creates cell starters, cell finishers with the same colony. We're successful with that and we like it. All of these colonies in this yard have built cells at some point or another this spring. And they're all scheduled to get requeened soon too. We came in here and kind of checked them back a little bit, took a little bit of brood and didn't split them to pieces, but knocked them back so most of them don't have supers on them. But they got plenty of bees and they'll create good cell builders. And then probably about 2 weeks before the sourwood starts, we'll come in here with nucs and requeen them, kill the queen and establish a nuke in there. So anyway, time to get to work. Oh, one more thing. My video last Sunday, I showed using some strips that I had received from Canada. Kind of an experimental thing. And this week, we're going to be using Viroxan strips in a lot of colonies. And we've also established some colonies with homemade treatment. The Swedish towel with Randy Oliver's recipe. We did a lot of that last week too. We'll be comparing all 3 of those extended oxalic acid release treatments, and around the 1st of August we'll be doing a whole heck of a lot of alcohol washes, and we will try to come up with some sort of opinion as to which one worked the best. Greg Rogers is doing the same thing over in Asheville. I've showed videos of him in the past talking about the same thing. I fully expect Greg's research to be more scientific, more exacting. He's very meticulous with data. The only thing I can say here is that we had nothing but zeros in February. We had nothing but zeros in January, and then later in February we checked some and found the same thing. And lately we found mostly zeros with a little bit, a few colonies with a 1, very low numbers. So I think that's good enough to tell me which one of these treatments is going to work the best by the 1st of August. Well, it's not raining. I'm going to get busy. One more thing. I will not be putting Viroxan treatments on the cell building colonies. I have no idea whether those type of treatments would affect the colony building cells, but until I know more, I won't be taking any chance on that. So only the colonies that are not building cells currently will get the Viroxan treatment. Well, there's one day's worth of pollen trapping. It's not very much. It's a combination of reasons. It's been raining a lot. It's a rainy day today. It's not raining at the moment, but it's going to, and did last night. And also the major pollen producing plants are kind of finished for the spring. There's several more sources yet to come, but all the big ones are over. So I believe we're going to be taking the pollen traps off now. It's Memorial Day, and any pollen that's going to come in from this day forward, I want the bees to have. I've seen a few loads of pollen today come in. It's kind of yellow. Glad to see I'm still bringing some pollen in. This yard too is going to be requeened with nucs that were established over a double screen board. We're doing that to a lot of colonies. Okay guys, I apologize. We're working in the rain again. Seems like that's all we're doing lately is dodging showers and working in showers, and it's just the way it is. So we got 1 hour, and Joe and I just looked at the radar on their way up here. And in 1 hour we got a big line of heavy stuff coming through. I don't mind too much working in this light rain, but we don't want to work in a deluge. So we've got 81 nuc boxes on the truck, and we've got 81 queen cells. And I think we can do 81 nucs in an hour because we're going to do it the down and dirty way. If you just watch for the queen as you're working, very carefully watch for her, but if you don't see her, don't go backwards, just keep on moving. And if we miss a queen or two, I'm not going to lose any sleep because we're using queen cells, not expensive purchased caged queens. And I would fully expect 1 or 2 queens to show up in all these nucs, and we'll know when we check them in 3 or 3.5 weeks, we'll know which nuc got the old queen because it'll be full of brood. So we're doing it pretty simple. 1 frame of brood, a frame of food, and if you got another comb you can slip in there, 3 would be fine, and then 2 foundations. And then in the mother colony, the same thing. I just want to leave 1 frame of brood at least, and there'll be plenty of comb left over, so I guess that bottom box will get left with a lot of something. And then the top box has got comb too, so we can slip that into nuc boxes also. But minimum frame of brood, frame of food, and a 3rd frame of bees, however it gets in there. We need 3 frames of bees. And then Joe, all the empty boxes that we're going to generate are going to go on that truck as you pull the nuc boxes off. As we fill nuc boxes, just put them on this truck. And I think this is going to go pretty fast, not having to worry about absolutely finding the queen. We can do this quick. I like this method, honestly. Gosh, just imagine if we did this in the spring, how many nucs we could make.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and go quick. All right. Any questions?
Nope.
Nope. I know, we've done this before. I'm just being fun for the video.
Yeah, I get it.
It's wet, man. I'm so tired of the rain. Yeah. I can see one mountain peak in the distance out there. Yeah. We're in the vicinity of Rabun County we call Persimmon. It's just Persimmon Road up here in the mountains above Clayton. It's very isolated, very pristine. So it's kind of like stepping back in time about 30 years when we come up here. There's not much happening. I like it. I wouldn't mind having a getaway cabin up here where I could go be alone for a day or two. Clint just mowed, which is good, so our feet won't get too wet. I'm tired. That's the other thing I'm tired of is wet feet.
Oh yeah.
Wet feet. Okay, guys.